Welcome back, Commander, to part 4 of our Unity of Command 2 playthrough. We'll be filming part 4, 5, and 6 today. So that's exciting. We get 3 more episodes, which just means I get to play more Unity of Command 2. That's the joy that I am living with. Alright, so currently it looks like we've got a bit of weather, but we should be able to make it through. Luckily, I don't know how... I know how the weather works, but I just don't know if it moves around the map or if it's more random. It's okay either way. Like, the game does not need crazy simulated weather patterns. Alright, here we are in turn 2. Our supplies are up to 60%, and as we take each of these supply locations, we'll be able to bump that up even higher. Otherwise, supply could be a bit of a thing. Now, the British 8th Army is in a great position. We've taken Syracuse. Don't know why I'm still motioning with my hands. I don't know. Anyway, the British 8th is based out of Syracuse with Montgomery and the 1st British Airborne. We should be able to drive back the blighting Italians. That's not British. Wait here, we must take them out. Anyway, okay. We can link up with the Americans, and I think that will help with their... I'm going to assume the Americans are going to have more supply problems until we can unify the beachheads. Now we will have 2 armored units coming aboard. We'll have the British Armored Brigade and the US Armored Command. I'm not gonna... maybe I'll try with accents. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, the Canadians would be pretty easy. It's just... you sound normal, but then every once in a while you throw on, like a... We're gonna take them out, eh? Or something. That's a horrible Canadian accent. Alright. So we'll just punch up. We'll have the British link up with the Americans, try to make sure that we have this coherent supply network to sort of share supplies from both sides. But the main bulk of the British forces will be pushing north towards Catania Airfield. We've got 3 turns to get there. This is where we start running into time constraints and being sad and stuff. Let's see. Alright, looks like... Alright. The bulk of their defense is centered around the airfield. That is a strong defensive line along that river. Now the Americans, once we get those... the armored unit ashore, which we can't yet because we haven't taken it, they should be able to rapidly make progress along the coastline towards Marsala, Trapani, and Palermo. And we should be able to bounce along, taking some of the access, not reinforcements, but supply points to keep that unit moving. And because if we have to support them with infantry, it's gonna take forever. It's gonna be horrible. Now if we look at... well, those are cards. We might actually need those. Alright, so the main point of access supply is coming in from Messina. So actually, if we can get the 82nd Airborne up north, we could cut their entire supply line to the west of the island. Oh my. Okay, well, let's see about that. That'd be a bold strategy. They've been out of supply for a turn. I think we're going to need to punch up to them to get them supplies, but that's what our infantry will be doing. So while our armored units are trying to move west, our infantry will be trying to push up north. Alright. And we can use another naval bombardment, but I think we'll save it. Plus we have this theater asset, so we've got opportunities. Since I think the infantry should be able to defeat these Italian tanks on their own. Yep. Alright. That will allow us to link these forces up. So they'll be in supply. Full supply. Good. Okay, yeah. So we'll send the 1st Canadians to link up. And then back. To try and get... Oh my god. Okay. Alright, we picked up some intel. More German forces to the north. But this is good. We have completely linked the beachheads. What is your... Okay, you take 2 to repair a bridge. The Americans can repair it with 1. Alright. So that's good. Now we have a fully linked... What? Oh, that right there. We will have a fully linked beachhead. Now we have a fully linked beachhead. Supplies all around. So if anyone runs into trouble with supplies, we can just make sure that they're along the rail network, and they will fully get them. Outside of the rail network, however, that's where problems start. Alright. We'll have to... see if we can fight off them. Let's see. Okay, now it is a good time to use the... Oh dear. Okay. So we can't leave here. That armored unit is definitely within striking distance. So we're going to need to move the 82nd Airborne back. Initially. But that's such a good... Okay. Let's see. Can we move some British people up? No. Darn. It would be great if we could not have this unit here, but they're here. So we obviously don't want them to just seize the beachhead from us. But it'd also be great if we could link up with these forces. The 3rd U.S. Infantry. Darn. Alright, Alright, the 82nd will have to come back here. And... come up over here. Okay, good. Then flop back. Alright, so we've got supplies going up once we repair that bridge. Alright. So as long as we can keep that all going, we should be good. We can bring in the armored, and they can move. Okay, but I want to... oh no. Darn it. They're stuck on the landings. Okay, so... this is not the best. Let's start thinking about where we want to put down supply. Alright, let's hold back on deploying any supply lines yet. We've barely advanced, and we'll probably want to move them forwards to keep the advance going. In the east, we should be able to easily punch out the Italians. Aha, this is where we're going to want to use that final bombardment. There we go, we are taking that airfield. And even potentially hit him with our air fire. Ooh, yeah. Okay, let's hit him with air power. Well, you know, they are in tanks. Alright, and it's a Tiger. Oi. Yay. Darn, and they're across a river, and they're across a bridge. That's a problem. Well, alright. Let's bring the British armored aboard. Okay, good. We could punch right up, potentially around them. Even put down a pontoon. Let's see. Right, so we'll create a pontoon in the north. And that will at least, I don't know, do things. Let's see. We are technically in supply. Let's start setting up some supply lines. There we go. Alright, so we'll start moving the British up. Jeez. Oh man, oh man. Ooh, good. Okay, but here we have, these are green Italians. We've got a lot of, like, it's not just horrendous for us, it's horrendous for the enemy. So that's good. Next turn we should be able to destroy this Napoli force. So, like, we're not in a bad spot. It's just that the clock is always ticking. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh boy. Alright, if we need to, if we want to, we can call in more naval bombardments. Potentially even break this Panzer unit. We'll see what the Panzer unit does. They shouldn't attack us back. Let's, they'll be in supply next turn. Alright. We're gonna start running into supplies up here, though. Or supply troubles. Jeez. These people have a small enough chance, or large enough chance, that I would like to resupply them just in case, because if supplies don't reach them, then there'll be 2 turns out of supply. That's when a unit really starts becoming useless. And with these units nearby, we'll have to be careful. Alright, so the whole, man, oh man, oh man! Okay, well, actually, my original idea was that the armored would be punching along the west, along here, this route from Lacania to Marsala. But actually, we could have them just punch north up with the infantry. Have our infantry kind of hold open this corridor here from Lacania up to this town east of Palermo, and then we just punch along the main actual point of attack. So I think we're gonna do that. Good. We're dislodging them. Excellent. Alright, now they could run into supply troubles very easily, but they should be able to next turn, unless someone's sitting on that, we should be able to grab those supplies and keep them going. So if we can just keep all the pressure on them, that'll be good. What? We just have a Sherman sitting around? Oh man, I should have looked at that. Oh, jeez. And they've got Kotapanda. We could give it to the airborne, yeah. And then... Jeez. Huh. Yeah, okay. The airborne is going to be fighting on the ground. Okay. Well, well, well. Alright, but I think we're in an okay spot. So here we go. Whoa! Yep, the Italian tanks are fast. They can't pack a punch, but they will run through your lines, so you have to be careful. Alright, so yep, supply issues. So actually we could just have the, oh man, but we built a bridge! Our own worst enemy. Alright, so they've established a defensive line along here. We have 2 turns to try and take this airfield. And it turns out that we can't just shoot up this road as I was hoping. So I'm thinking we'll close up this gap here. Oh my god. Best we can. Jeez. Alright, we can easily hold ourselves on this side. At just green Italian units. We'll begin pushing up against them. Sort of establishing this main corridor along here. Slowly, with the hope that we can more quickly punch up there. Alright, hitting Italian units. Good. Now, do we have more reinforcements? We have the U.S. Armored Command B. Ah, but they have to be deployed there, do they? Alright. So we're gonna have to fight in this pocket. Use, have the British come in and help punch. What? Oh, they destroyed the Sherman. Oh my god. Or whatever that was. Churchill? Is that Churchill? I think that was a Churchill. That's not good. Speaking of which, though, the Americans do have a Sherman. Could give to... You know, giving Shermans to infantry isn't actually the worst idea. And we've got this anti... Oh, actually, it's artillery. Sure, we'll give it to them as well. Alright, so, 82nd Airborne, you are our strongest link. Jeez Louise. Okay, let's, just keep punching into these stubborn Italian defenders that I did not want to have to spend time fighting. Alright, we've got more intelligence. Italian units in the back. These would be weaker units, though, because they're just like garrisons. Garrison killer. Alright, let's... Okay, well, we're gonna call in the big guns. We need to break through this line, and the heavy guns are gonna do it. There we go. Oh, those are big guns. Alright, so we're gonna hold on to those two for when we really need them. Alright, we should be able to punch through. There we go. And we've got a B-2 bomber. B-26, I can't read. B-26 bomber. Adds +1 per turn to air attack theater asset. Alright, so we're not going to use this scenario, hopefully. We've already used up the main artillery, but this is great. Alright. And we can open up this side. Who would have thought it would be the British who would be the large advancers? Alright, so let's look at the enemy. Okay, so they're still being funded. Basically, their supplies are very tenuous. They're being funneled from Messina all the way north along the railroads, and then being diverted south. And that's how they're getting to them. Either that, or it's actually, I guess, this dirt road. Never mind. So it's not as crazy as I thought it was, but we are now starting to challenge and put those resources at risk. So the British are actually fighting conventionally, establishing a front line and pushing forwards. So that's good, and all their units seem pretty well put together for now. And but the Americans are all slapdash. That's my fault. And terrain. I blame terrain. Also my fault. Okay, we're not gonna pull you over there. Oh, man. Alright, so I'm thinking we'll... Let's see, if we keep the British up on the right, we could just keep smacking the British into the Germans, slowly hammering them back, and actually make a play for Messina a lot sooner than I expected. Or we can try and divert these Canadians and 51st British to help the Americans in the west. What kind of okay, we're going to get the Canadian armored coming in. So I think we'll have that. We'll dispatch all Canadian units to the west to help out the Americans, and the British, all British units, will be concentrated in the east to continue trying to open up and establish a front line that the Axis powers will have to draw their forces in to defend against. Since the main objective is technically Messina, but the primary objectives we're working on right now is just the west of Sicily. Oh man, oh man. Alright. Has everyone gone? Yes, I think so. Oh, yep. Alright. Well, we could probably pull this guy around. Yeah, because they can't actually take our base, and it's weak, so they give no area of control. So that's good. We pushed them back there. We are making progress, just slower. Well, it's only turn 2. It's not really... We're not experiencing disaster. So here we go, yeah, they're shifting their forces east. This is what I was hoping. They'd see that huge, that massive British force and think that they have to fully counter it. So we're going to use our American units to try and punch through. The 2nd Armored Command B. Now is the time. Make the breakthrough. Alright, we've overrun them. Ooh, good, okay. Let's see, you have no supplies. Alright, let's get you some supplies then. The 3rd U.S. Infantry will be pushing up to support, pushing along this river. The 2nd Armored Command be moving up as well. Ooh. Could actually have them come in from this side. Alright, so we'll have the Combat Command B will be moving north and then west. Combat Command A will be moving directly west. They'll be semi-supported by the infantry, and we'll also have them be supported by the Canadians. Even though the Canadians have a long way to go. They can get there. Alright. Well, and then yeah, we'll use the bulk of the infantry to establish and hold this line. Level up to elite, and we've upgraded the US 7th. Alright. We already have 6 command points. Maybe 8 is as high as it can go. It seems like we're in a good place with command points. We do have a lot of prestige, but I want to buy, like, we didn't get a, whatever you call it, tactical schmactical turn at the start of the scenario. So I want to be able to use that prestige at the next conference, which I think is after this scenario, and to be able to get as good as we can. So we will just take the specialization. Don't know when we'd want to destroy a bridge, but when we will, it will be 1/3 cheaper. We'll send the Canadians up against the Italians, and the Canadians deliver. Alright, are you in supply? Technically. It'd be great if we had gotten an emergency supply, though. That's going to be the main bulk of these scenarios, just keeping our troops in supply. Alright, so the Canadians are moving in, and that means wherever the armor either hits an obstacle, hits some kind of challenge, that's where we'll direct the Canadians. So they'll either be going north and then west, or they'll just be going straight west. Now on the British front, we're continuing to make great progress. Alright, are you in supply up there? You are, technically. Ooh, the British don't have as great technical expertise of keeping everyone in supply. Uh-oh. Alright, looks like we've hit a snaggle. And with hit him from artillery from the sky! So far, trying to hit these panzers with airstrikes has not been the best strategy. So I'm starting to wonder. Alright, I would hit them again with more artillery, but it actually looks like that the other artillery strike maybe did the... Oh my god, okay, yeah, no wonder... Let's see, I think it's... How do I... It's a button to actually see the full combat results. I don't remember what it is. Options. Controls. HQ move, history mode, lock combat sheet, X. There we go. Oh, well, never mind. But here we can see at least that... Oh, wait, yes. Okay, so yeah, mud. Bad weather benefits the defender. So really bad weather. They are entrenched. The terrain benefits them. We do have experience and artillery on our side. And actually, it looks like we can nudge them a bit, but that is just... that is just horrible. Oh, wow, okay, glad. I'm glad we didn't take a heavier hit. So yeah, we've got bad weather in the center here, as we can see. Right there. Luckily it'll move on, hopefully. Otherwise, they're fighting in the rain and the mud. Alright, so we'll continue to establish this sort of long front line, but then the breakthroughs here will get us the supplies that we fully need to then wipe out the enemy. Wipe them out. All of them. Oh, and then we have more Canadians. Alright, yeah, tanks don't fight very well in the weather. Alright, let's pull you back. Shift the tank around. Have them hit them. They fall back. Can you move up? Nope. Okay. Oh, but you can't. Alright, so we're still expanding the front, engaging the enemy wherever possible, keeping pressure on them. And we're now continuing to threaten Messenia, and even potentially getting in behind the enemy here and cutting off their... I assume this would cut off their supplies. If not, it would make their... Well, yeah, they would cut off their supplies. So that's good. That whole army stuck in here, this Panzer Group K or whatever, is in deep trouble. Good, so a solid 4th turn. Alright, we might just pull this off. Alright, what you gonna do? Good, they're falling back. There's nothing much they can do. It is... Their resources are limited. Alright, good. So we're going to cut their supply lines. Boom. Their whole front line is unsustainable. Now, do we have supplies? We do still have some supplies that we can deploy forwards. Good. It is precarious. We have been not suffering from as many supply losses as I thought we might, so that's good. Now, they do have a strong Italian army here, unit here, I mean. Alright. Ooh, and there, yeah. Alright, so I think that's where we're going to be sending the Canadians. To help up in the north. Meanwhile, geez, the weather. We're just... The weather's only growing worse. Yeah. Alright. Keeping them in supply. They are well outside of our supply range. Try and keep them supplied as long as possible. They are still technically inside of the... Okay, yeah. Let's move up the... move the command center up at the end of this turn. To try and keep the west inside of the US 7th's range, so we can try and keep people supplied. Alright, now these people are all going to collapse. So we might as well... Is that even going to be in range? No. Alright. Just keep people supplied. We'll be able to keep them supplied next turn. They won't get any supply this turn, unfortunately. Oh, but we should be able to pull this back, yeah. Alright. Then we can redeploy that over here. What about you? It's not perfect. It'll work. Alright, so over here we have completely cut off the enemy. As long as we can hold, then they will start to melt away like snow. Meanwhile, okay, never mind. They've got a strong position here, another defensive position. They've got their Panzer Grenadiers and Fallschirmjäger. So they're in a good spot over there. We can try to hit them with... I don't know, let's look around. I think hitting these people with airstrikes... Well, never mind. Our air fire has been pretty... not inconsistent on this scenario, just not very good. I imagine it's the weather. Poor weather makes for poor accuracy. Alright, so far it doesn't look like the 82nd is needed in the west. So we'll have them move up to help support our center positions as we punch through these final weakened Italian units. And that should help our supply lines on some level. Yes, we have 4 Italian units in the west. I think our armored units should be able to deal with them. If they're lucky. Oh my god. Can we get... No? Please? If we grab that, we could move our depot up a little bit. Oh man, but they are still in range, but the chances are the second armored command will be without supplies. And no more reinforcements are en route. Alright. Now actually if we want to dislodge... Ooh, wait! Yes! Pow, pow, pow! Okay, I'll take it. Yep, we've deeply weakened them. And on this side we could hit that, but let's save this. We want to keep it in our reserve. Let's see, we could hit this one again. It is sort of the key to taking the west. Oh, they're all out of supply in the west as well. So the enemy is facing complete collapse of their supply lines. We are in a good spot. It is turn 5. And then turn 8. Alright, we should be able to grab these by turn 8. That will get our supply way up, and then we should be able to take Messina by turn 12. Playing with fire. Fire. Okay, here we go. See what they do. Luckily, because we're in such tight corners, tight corridors, such close lines with them, they aren't able to just maneuver around us and get in. It's not wide open spaces. So our supply lines are hugging the coast, and so all they could do is like try and plunge in a little bit here. Looks like we're getting a break in the weather though. Yes. Oh, finally. Alright. You go up here. Yep. We should be able to take these units on. Alright, let's look at our supply. Oh, I forgot to use the... I forgot... Alright, let's move them up, but we can't use them this turn. So they're not in... Well, we can get... oh, good, yes. Precarious? Yes, but it works. Alright, so we're going to keep everyone supplied. Probably. And we're keeping the pressure on them. We should be able to take these locations with the armored units alone. Alright, meanwhile, in the west, east, whatever directions. Oh man, more Paratroopers. Alright, are you... It'll be a while before they level up. I would love for them to get suppressive fire, the cost down, or emergency supplies. Alright, well, here we'll just keep chipping away at the German forces. Ooh, hello. Well. Alright, yeah, I guess in the east, since time is on our side. Oh. Yeah, we'll just be bombarding them. Oh dear. And in the... Jeez. They're just in pretty good positions. Alright, here we go. Should be able to break them here. So yeah, we'll just continue to engage them in the north. Wear them down, make them sad. And then we'll use these units to help reinforce. Oh. Alright, so yeah, we'll hold that position. There we go. Alright, so we've got units moving up. Everyone is technically in supply, with very high chances of running into trouble. Let's take a look here. If we pull you back, everyone is still supplied. Good. Alright, so yeah, we're just gonna be... It's gonna be a lot of dangling, a lot of near misses. Alright, there, everyone is still in supply. Good. So yeah, it's just gonna be a lot of picking up our supply areas, moving along. Oh, jeez. Alright. And we're gonna end the episode there, but... we've got part 5 and part 6 will be happening. So, that is good. Excellent. Alright, see you in a few moments, probably, if you're seeing this in the future. Ho-ho!